I want you to tell me the very first thing that you see down there below you.
Stands in a pyramid of a brown pyramid.
Brown pyramid?
I see an Egyptian pharaoh, tall, dark cap and heavy eyeliner.
What is he wearing?
A robe, an ancient robe,
Ancient robe.
white and gold, turquoise on the neckline. But I feel like I feel not like human. I feel that inside my blood is electricity.
Look at your feet. How do they look like? What do you see?
I can't see my feet. I feel like my whole body is pulsating. Like in a good way. But a lot of energy is flowing through my body.
Do you feel like you have a physical body?
I can see now my hands.
Can you describe it for me?
They're well painted
Painted?
with nice bracelets on my wrists.
Can you describe them?
Tan,
How are the bracelets? What material are they made of?
like bronze or copper, a brownish metal, and there's a turquoise stone. I see a scarab on one of the bracelets and inside of turquoise.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Your skin?
My skin is soft but tan, Mediterranean almost. I feel light.
You feel light?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Like I'm not carrying much weight.
Are you wearing anything on your body?
It feels like silk. Something so light and soft.
Can you describe it for me, please?
When it touches my skin, it gives me pleasure, no irritation. Not like a burden.
Wow.
It's nice to feel.
Soft and light.
Soft and light.
Is it short, long? What is it?
It's long.
Long. What color is it?
White.
White? All white or with other colors too?
It's white. I have a gold belt around my waist.
What material is it? You said gold, but I mean...
Gold belt of
is it
like a rope almost.
Okay.
Like a rope that's tied around my waist.
How many fingers do you see on your hands?
10 fingers.
And tell me if you're wearing any other accessories.
I have 3 rings on my right hand. And I have 2 on my left. 1 on my thumb on my left. And a ring on my ring finger.
What are they made of?
Gold.
Gold. Anything else? Are they decorated with anything?
The one on my left, the thumb is just, this isn't gold. It looks like it could be of a stone like hematite or like a very bronzed, not bronzed, polished stone.
What color is the stone?
Like a platinum, like a dark platinum. Not like onyx, but more silvery. I have my ring finger have a big band, but within it a big stone, maybe moonstone. On my middle finger, on my right hand side, it's a band of 3, maybe with a snake going toward the top of my middle finger.
And you said you have another set of rings on the other hand as well?
On my right side, not pushed all the way down, but in between my knuckle, there's another band, 3 stones wrapped around it of turquoise, red and yellow. And on my index finger, I can't tell, I just know there's something there. Maybe like a cluster.
The more you describe it, the more clear it becomes.
A cluster of amethyst raised high on a thin band, a dark purple amethyst at its base, and it gets clearer as it goes up higher.
Beautiful.
I see now my feet with an anklet on my right side, connecting from my big toe to my ankle, a chain of silver.
What is this? Is it
and
more
turquoise,
like an accessory?
like jewelry. Where I'm wearing a sandal.
You're wearing a lot of beautiful jewelry, right?
I am.
Gorgeous. What else do you have on your head or on your neck?
I feel something on my head, like weight. So maybe some sort of headpiece.
Tell me about it.
Jewelry.
What colors do you see? What is it made of?
I feel like it might be of a metal because it's a bit heavy. With going around my forehead with a red circle by my pineal gland.
What is this circle?
It's like an oval with a snake rising from the top, but not a dangerous snake, a powerful snake. And it's of gold, and the detail of the snake is exquisite. I can see the scales on its underbelly, and it wraps around my head, and it's shiny on the sides.
Why is it more shiny on the sides?
I think maybe there are jewels on the sides, or it's in the sun sparkling.
Tell me about your hair.
I want to say it's light, but I feel it's dark. Maybe just because my hair's light now, but I think it's dark. And I also want to claim it's long, but I don't think it's long. I think it's short, like a little past my shoulders. Maybe even a little higher than my shoulders, but not as long as my hair is now.
Are they wavy or?
Still straight, very straight.
Very straight. Okay. And look at your facial features. How could you describe them?
Green eyes. I have green eyes. I am strong bone structure. High cheekbones.
Are you male or female?
It's almost tripping me out because I feel like it's too pretty. I don't know if I'm making this up in my head, but I feel it's too pretty.
You're pretty?
Yeah. Like really pretty, like crazy.
Beautiful. You said you are standing close to a pyramid and there's a pharaoh close to you. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so, but he looks taller than...
Much taller?
I feel like he doesn't... To me, he seems normal, but I feel he's very tall, more than everyone else. Like, I might even be really tall.
Are there other people around you except you and him?
Yeah, but they're much shorter than us.
Okay. How short?
I don't know, like, it's like we're 7 feet tall and they're 5 feet maybe. Like, very tall.
Tell me where are you? Describe me the location where you are now.
I feel like I'm in Egypt. I feel like I'm in Egypt, and during the time of the pyramids, and I could see the dustiness everywhere around me.
Dustiness?
Yeah, from the sand. And all the colors are, the sky is very blue, but everywhere around me is a lot of sand. There's stairs leading up, and there's water falling down the other side on the stairs along. Maybe it's like 5 feet width and the length, maybe 20 plus feet of water trailing beside.
What are these stairs? Where are they leading?
To the top of the pyramid.
So the stairs are under the pyramid, or they are part of the
pyramid? Above the pyramid, on top of the pyramid as a part of it, built in. You can walk up the stairs to the top of the pyramid.
How big is the pyramid compared to you?
Big. It seems very big. Like I would need to walk up the stairs. And yeah, a big pyramid. Like grandiose, very big.
What else is around this pyramid? What do you see?
There's people walking around in robes also. Nice outfits. Doing things, but they don't look like they're hurried. They're carrying things and walking around and moving plants and moving things, but they don't seem like they're hurried or bothered, but they're doing tasks.
What are you doing there?
Watching them.
You're watching them?
Yes.
How do you feel being there?
I feel relaxed. I feel not human, but a human, but not. Like I feel like I don't have human blood, like it's of a different source. But I feel a part of them, but also not.
What about the other guy that he's like you? You mentioned the pharaoh. Is that correct?
Yes.
What about him? What can you share about him? How do you feel about him? Do you feel you have any connection with him? And if so, what?
He looks a little lost, like gazed. He doesn't look troubled, but he doesn't look fully fulfilled.
Like he's missing, looking for something?
Like he doesn't understand his purpose. Like he's missing depth. Like his eyes are wide and big, heavy eyeliner, and he has a beautiful crown on his head. Very big. But he looks just blah, like he's not really truly happy. That he's not very fulfilled.
You're able to see that? You can feel that?
I can see it.
What's your connection to him?
I think I'm close to him because I'm so close that I can see these things. I don't think I'm serving him. Maybe I'm his family. Maybe I'm his sister. Maybe I'm his mistress or wife or something, however they do. But I don't feel, when I'm around him, I don't feel like scared or that he's above me or that I'm honored to be in his presence. I just feel maybe Maybe we're family of some sort. Maybe I'm his wife.
How old do you feel you are? Young or older?
I feel like I'm like 21, 23.
Mm-hmm. And he?
25.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're both young.
Both young.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, so is there anything else that you would like to mention from the scene that we are watching?
I have scarabs all the time in my life come and land on me, and it's crazy that they do that. I have a lot of scarab jewelry on. Maybe I used to hang out with scarabs. I don't know.
What do you mean? I didn't understand.
In my physical reality here on Earth, I am with scarabs. Mm-hmm. They will land on me, like, and not leave, like, at all. Mm-hmm. And I'll put them in the grass and they'll fly back on me again. Mm. So my friends buy me things with scarabs on them because they know it's so weird. And now when I'm here in this place and they have scarab jewelry, I feel like maybe I used to be friends with them. I don't know. I have a connection, I feel, maybe with scarabs.
Okay, well, let's investigate this. So let's leave that scene and let's go to where it is you that live in that life. Where it is you that rest, eat. And now you are there. What do you see?
Drapes with winds blowing through them. White drapes. A pool or bathtub on the floor.
What color is the bathtub?
It's inside the ground. It's blue water. It looks clear. My bed has 4 pillars around it with white sheen draping around it like a canopy. And feels like luxurious.
Is it a big room or a small?
It's massive.
Is it your room or how would you describe it?
I feel like it's my room.
And what else is in the room except your bed? The bathtub? What else?
Bathtub, a vanity set with a gold mirror with jewels on it. And another big mirror. Chair to sit to do my makeup. And I have a table of grapes and vegetables close by my bed.
Let's have a look at the rest of the house. Have a look around and tell me, what kind of house is this? Is it a big house, a small house? How many people are living there? What do you see?
It's not just my house. A lot of people live here. There's a lot of movement too, but no one looks hurried. There's a lot of things going on, like people moving around, going places, different rooms, opening, closing doors, but no one seems stressed out. Everyone seems happy.
How do they look? Do they look like you or different?
I feel that they look like me with their attire. Like everyone's kind of wearing the same type of clothes. But I just feel like I look different. My clothes are slightly better.
Okay. Do you feel you have a little bit more authority in a way?
Yeah, I do.
From them?
Because no one's telling me any tasks. They're just existing and doing what I want, and they're all doing things.
Okay. So maybe they are serving.
Yeah, I think that they're serving.
Male and female?
Male and female. Carrying things like teas and fruits, and the males are carrying like scrolls.
And how big is this house? You can have a look at it from the outside if you want. You can just go out of the house and observe it and just describe it for me. What do you see? What kind of house is this? And where is it situated?
There's at least 20 rooms, and almost every room has a balcony with white drapes flowing out that you can close to keep bugs out. And it is white inside, white marble with green and gold and red trim, making on the floors different patterns.
I wonder what is this house? How does it look like from the outside? What material is it and shape?
It looks like a rectangle or a square shape with many floors. And in front has a garden and also water. The material, I don't know if it's white stone or marble, but inside it's marble because it's so shiny.
Okay, and I want you now to go in this house, within this house, to where it is you sharing a dinner with the members who you're sharing the house with. Imagine that you are now sitting on a table and tell me, what do you see? What kind of room is it? How many people? Are you eating, or if so, what?
I see Pharaoh, the guy, is right across from me on the other side. I'm kind of annoyed because he looks so blah.
What do you mean?
Like, there's a table of like 15 guests on each side eating together. I'm at the very end and he's at the other end. And it seems like this is for us. And I look at him and he just looks so empty and unfulfilled and just unhappy.
So you think you are a couple?
I think now I'm a couple with him.
So he's not happy with your relationship or with your situation?
I think maybe sometimes people aren't happy with themselves.
How are you in this whole situation? How do you feel being there?
I feel unbothered. I feel just relaxed. I feel lavish. I feel unhurried. I feel like I have all the time in the world to do anything I want and learn anything I want. And everything is taken care of.
So do you feel like you have any certain, how to say, authority? Are you being considered as a queen or some sort? Or
I think I might be some part of royal family, but I'm not mean. Like, I'm not ordering people around. I think I'm very kind.
But you feel you have a certain power over the rest?
I think so, because I'm at the other end of the table.
Do you have any other special powers, or just the physical, like?
I think my smile. When I greet people, I see them light up when I look at them and I smile. And they have white orbs around them when they leave.
You're able to see that?
I see it.
Tell me about it.
When I walk through the halls, the corridor, and people are walking around and they're greeting me, they look at me, I smile back and I just see this like burst of white light around them, and they just like ascend into another energy of happiness.
Why does it happen? This happens when you smile to them. Can you explain it?
Maybe because other people in the kingdom just don't acknowledge their existence. And I see them and I see their soul and they feel happy to be seen.
Very good. Tell me, how do you call your husband?
Pharaoh?
And well, how does he call you?
Not. I don't think he actually calls for me.
How do other people call you?
I don't think I talk so much.
That's okay. So tell me, how do you spend your time?
I read and write a lot.
What are you reading?
Philosophy.
What kind of, how do these books look like? The texts that you're reading, what material?
I'm happy because I feel like I get special education. Like from special teachers. I get the privilege to read these books. So I don't skip out on the opportunity. I always want to be reading. And I journal a lot. I like being outside too. I like the stars.
You like the stars?
I love the stars.
Tell me about it.
I feel like I can see every star in the galaxy. All the black darkness just is filled with light. Little specks of light. The moon looks so big. I can see all the constellations. I have the connection. I feel so safe.
You have a connection.
Yes, I feel like I'm looking home.
You have this awareness, of having this intimate connection.
Yeah, I feel like I'm looking at my home. It feels like not so much wonder, but just familiarity.
So you have a deep sense of knowing that
yeah, like
you belong there somehow?
I'm just on a trip. I feel like I'm on a voyage. And I'm looking back in the stars like I'm going home. I just came over here. Quick little trip.
So your family...
A trip that I know I'm going back to. Like I'm always going to be safe. I'm always going to be safe. I'm taking a trip. Going back home.
Do your family, this star family visit you sometimes? In that life? Do you have connection? Besides the knowing?
I feel like I call upon them for higher energy, that when I call them to come forth, I can invoke them. They come and tell me wisdom or help me have more power to do things. Like move things with my mind or use energy of barriers of protection for the village.
So you do this kind of work too?
Yes, and they help me with it.
Do they appear physically or they give you guidance internally?
No, they appear physically. But not so, more of a light body. Less physical, but crazy. Like the wings, one with the wings of Isis. One with the head of the bird. Can't think of it. With like hard, strong bodies of light and beauty. And they give me protection and comfort. With them, I'm much stronger.
And they support you in your tasks?
Yes.
So what are the main things that you are dealing with?
Plague in my village. There's darkness coming.
Coming?
Yeah, plague. Like plaguing. There's sickness and illness and dark energy, and I call upon them for strength so I can use my mind to build an orb around my village to protect all of the people inside away from this illness and plague, to protect them from death so we can be safe.
And they help you?
They help me.
So let's move forward to an important day.
It's an alignment of time with the alignment of the stars. It's just like me. I need to do something at a precise time that has alignment with the stars. In this moment, it has to be so precise. I don't know what it is.
Which stars? And are they aligned? They are aligned with what? With some monument on the surface of the planet, or with something else? Or
it's like a portal. There's like a portal that has to open up at the same time that our Earth shifts around to this alignment of these stars. I don't know the constellations names or the star names.
How many stars are there that are being aligned?
3 in a row.
3 in a row, wonderful. Okay, so you say that you have this task of completing something specific when the alignment will take place, right?
Right.
And you mentioned the portal. Can you tell me more about that? That opens up during the alignment, is that correct? Or
it's weird because I'm not doing this like in secret, but no one is with me. But I feel this task is so important.
So it's the day of the alignment now?
It's the day of the alignment, and I'm outside in the desert. And I'm looking up at the stars. I'm tracking where the moon is to see the alignment. And I'm focusing on my third eye. And I'm trying to harness these energies from a portal.
You're trying to harness the energies?
To focus on them, or to open them up, or to bring them forth. I don't think I'm leaving. I think I'm pulling them in.
Pulling them in where?
To where I'm at.
To you mean, or to the area?
The area.
Okay, to the area. From the portal, you mean?
From the portal.
You're pulling energy from the portal to the area?
I feel that this might have something to do with protecting the village. That I'm invoking stronger like star families, star systems to help, and I'm waiting for the alignment for them to be able to travel to here so we can save everyone.
So what happens next?
It's a little uncomfortable outside because it's kind of cold. I'm out there.
It's daytime or nighttime?
It's nighttime.
Okay. Are you all by yourself?
By myself. And I feel it's like I'm praying, but it's some language I don't know. Or saying chants. Not praying. Maybe praying, I don't know, but I'm saying things over and over again. I feel like a beam of light from the ground to the stars. I can see almost like a UFO ship of light. I feel like the portal is opened. It's working. I feel fulfilled and exhilarated, but not scared. Finally, my friends are here.
So the ship is from your family members?
It's not a ship. It's just like a light beam. Yeah, like a light beam.
And what happens?
Light sources of light come and scatter in all around. When the light beam closes, and it's finished.
So you were successful?
Successful.
Okay. So what was it that you accomplished? What was the mission about?
Bringing them here. They needed to come here.
What do you mean?
The light needed to come here. I think that they were part of another planetary system, and they came, split off some of their energy to come here to help bring light as a power source to save the people and help fight light over darkness. And I opened the portal that let them come through, and their energy scattered around like little flickers of stars all around and dissolved in the atmosphere. But they're still here.
They're still here, you mean in what way?
I mean, when I opened the portal, closed it, they were still around. Like parts of them. Like maybe they detach their souls. Don't know. But I feel like they were of a high power source.
Are they your family, part of your family? The ones that you were talking about earlier?
I feel like it. Because when they came, I was like, relieved. Not like, it's nice to meet you, or I was acquainting myself. It was like familiar. Like, you're here. Thanks.
So, think the mission is complete?
I think that's never complete.
But this part,
yes.
You did your what you had to do?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So let's leave that scene and let's move forward to another important day.
I feel like I'm in a cathedral or the Vatican area, somewhere where there's stone and churches all around and nuns.
You're indoor?
I'm outside walking in the streets.
Okay.
Maybe Italy.
How do you look like?
I think I'm a nun because I feel like I'm carrying a Bible.
What are you wearing?
Black and white. Stuff a nun would wear.
Are you young or old?
Older. Like 50s or 60s.
And where are you going?
To church.
So let's see what happens when you arrive in the church.
It's a Catholic church. In the middle of beautiful circle mosaics. And sitting on the wood chairs, leaning forward. I have a rosary in my hand. I'm doing the prayer work, crossing myself, like a routine. Like this is just what I do, listening. But I'm happy, really devoted.
You're happy?
I'm devoted too.
And let's move to where it is you that live in that life, your house.
Stone? I don't know, like the medieval era. Very simple, very modest.
Are you living with more people?
I have just a room by myself, but it's a very small room. I'm very old with wrinkles.
So how do you spend your time? What do you do the majority of your time?
I write a lot, trying to connect to God. I pray a lot. And then I go to church. That's my life. I pray, I write, I go to church.
Let's leave that scene and let's move forward to another important day in that life.
It's me in a church again.
Not much is happening, right?
Doesn't seem so important. It just seems like another day, but it's all important. Like, all of it's important.
So, are you happy in this life, in this lifestyle, what you're doing?
Seems I'm happy. Simplicity and modestness and having devotion.
Do you have any people that you are more close with? Any connections, any friends or something?
I'm friends with the people at the market that I buy food's from. Smile at them and wave. I'm friends with the other nuns. They're like me also.
Okay, so then I want you to leave that scene and I want you to move forward to the last day of your life in this lifetime that we are watching. We are now moving forward to the last day of your life in this lifetime.
Me in a hospital bed, old, with a lot of people around me.
There are a lot of people.
But little boy, little tiny boy, maybe my grandson, brown hair, and people holding my hands on the side of the hospital bed.
Are you sick?
I think I'm old.
You're just old. How do you feel?
Just like getting out of one car and going into another. It's I feel always eternal, so this is just another step.
So you have that higher awareness.
Yeah, for sure.
So you're in a peaceful place.
Yeah, I don't feel more bad for the people around me that don't get it.
So they worry more than you do.
Yeah.
And tell me what happens after you leave your last breath.
I shoot up to a beam of light, and I go into a void, and I'm waiting for my next incarnation, and I don't know if I have to wait a long time or if I'm coming back soon, but I just leave. I just don't know if I'm coming back down to earth to help right away, or if I'm waiting for the earth to get up to speed a little bit more for me to come back down and make a shift.
Tell me about this place, this waiting place. How does it feel or look like? How do you perceive it?
Like a dark, just darkness, but not in a sad way. Just like when you go deep into meditation and it's just stillness. Like the seed in soil where it's dark and it has all the possibilities to bloom like this.
Beautiful. So it feels good to be there in this place.
Yes. Detached.
Do you feel alone in this place, or do you feel that there are perhaps others there with you?
I feel like I'm part of a Mandela and I'm part of everything at the same time, but I also feel detached. Like I'm connected to everything in the entire universe, but also without attachment.
So every life has a lesson, and as you look back at that life, what did you think you learned from it? Let's start from the first one, from the one that you were in Egypt.
That life taught me to know my power. It taught me that I'm a goddess, part of a god and goddess kingdom, and to work together.
Work together?
Work all together.
Can you expand on that?
It taught me to work with people who, or gods and goddesses who have ascended higher than me, who and call upon them, work with them, connect with them, and made me feel powerful and to know my power. I think my life as a nun taught me simplicity and devotion. It taught me the great love of Christ consciousness. And my last day of my last life, so maybe it taught me the value of family.
Wonderful. So let's drift away now from these lives. So may I speak to Tara's higher self, please?
Yes.
So I know that the higher self could have brought forth many different lifetimes for her to see today. And you chose to bring forward these 2 lives for her to see. So the first one was an Egyptian, what seemed to be a queen. Why did you pick that lifetime? What were you trying to tell her?
I was trying to tell her about the power with community and the power within herself.
The power of community. Beautiful. Can you tell her why you wanted to talk to her about that today? Why is it important for her to know?
Because she doesn't have support. She does everything on her own.
That's true. That's true. So you want to let her know that she doesn't need to do everything by herself, that she can have support if she wants to?
The whole universe is ready to support Tara. She just has to invoke it.
Wonderful. So is there anything else that you would like to say to her about that life? What was the lesson in that life?
To know the value of herself, that she's a queen. She's completely capable.
Were there any people in that life that she knows in this life?
The Pharaoh is someone she hasn't met yet.
The Pharaoh. So this soul will come again into her life in this life in the future?
Yes.
Is there anything more you would like to reveal to her? Anything she needs to know about this?
Trust the power within yourself, and not the reason that others are not fulfilled has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them and their journey.
And tell her a little bit about the other life that you showed to her, the nun. Why did you show her that life?
Because she always has a pure heart and a pure soul.
Yeah.
And always wants to help. To show her she's a nun shows that she's devoted to God. When she ever doubts if she is a good person, she knows that even in her past lives, she's been creating love and being of service to others.
Wonderful. So can you tell her what is it that she needs to do in her present in order to achieve her goals?
Relax. Stop doubting with blockage. You're adding blockages into your life when you doubt. To realize that all is coming.
Where is the doubt coming from? Can we trace it to the root?
Fear of not living up to your full potential.
Where does this come from? Where did she get this along the way?
No one told her she had potential.
In this life, you mean, in her childhood?
Yes.
Is it true?
No.
Does she need it? Does she need to hold on to this belief system?
No, she needs to let go of the belief system. It's blocking her.
So, can you please remind her about who she is and
She's a goddess that can invoke powers from the universe to change the world. She's a part of God. She has light in her soul. She can do anything she wants. She is of love. She has all the power within herself, and she can call upon help from the astral realms and other universes to support her.
So there's absolutely no reason that she should continue doubting herself, right?
Right.
Wonderful. What steps do you suggest to her to take in order to become a worldwide influencer?
To stay on the path, to not give up, to keep going, and to just work on it each day to add value to people's lives by showing them how to be better people, how to heal themselves.
Are there any practical steps? Anything more concrete that perhaps you would like to share with her today? Something that she didn't think of?
She needs to make a connection with someone who already has a voice. She hasn't met this person yet. But this person has a lot of influence. This person exists and requests her help, and she offers kindness in her help to help this person be his highest self. And from that, this person pulls Tara in and helps her have a voice. She will support this person also with spiritual guidance.
Is there anything that she could do to meet her soulmate or her twin flame?
They will come. This person will come. She doesn't have to do anything different. And this person will help be the yin and her yang, to help really love her for who she is, and not like a immature love, but a true deep love, and a love that is expansive. But also someone she feels support from and safe. But she had to have the strength to be on her own and to go through pain to know what that was and how to appreciate it.
Because with Andrew it was so difficult for her, right?
Just so difficult.
Why? Why did these two met? What was the purpose?
To teach her to love herself. To try her so much that she could be compassionate again and again for someone who didn't do nice things, to show her that she's just so much light and so much love, that she can even forgive people who do not nice things.
So he triggered her a lot, right?
Right.
So he did a good job.
He did a great job. It's a big task to be able to get hit and beat by someone and still not have hatred for them.
Yeah, it is. So, is there anything that you wish to say to her in order that she doesn't fall into this type of relationship again? Or did she learn the lesson? Is she ready to move on?
Boundaries. She needs to understand boundaries.
Yeah.
She needs to understand when people show themselves the first time, to believe it and to be strong enough to walk away, and to not let other people's insecurities affect her belief on herself, and not to make excuses, and to hold people accountable for their actions. and their behaviors and patterns.
Mm-hmm. Let's focus a little bit on boundaries, because I think this is one theme and one something that is very important for her. Can you talk to her a little bit more about boundaries and why boundaries are important and healthy?
Because boundaries are you being able to protect yourself. You teach people how to treat you. And if you accept terrible behaviors from people, that's setting a precedent that people are able to treat you that way. And so they continue to treat you that way. But you gotta realize that you are a goddess and people should not treat you any less. When you have so much love and respect for the world and every other human, you must receive that back. And the moment someone's not giving you that back, it's okay to leave their lives. It's okay to not be a part of their lives, because your energy is very precious, and you must learn that when you merge with other people's energies, they're taking a part of you, and you must protect yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely right, correct. And as you very well said, what is holding her back from achieving her dreams?
Doubt. She doubts herself a lot, and if she is capable, or if it's plausible, if it can actually happen. She has a busy mind. She doesn't want to think otherwise. She doesn't want to stop dreaming so big, because she knows she can. Deep down inside, her ego gets in the way. Like, she went so far from coming from a troubled childhood, coming to where she is now.
Absolutely, so did huge steps, right?
Huge steps, and she doesn't want to just settle when she's like 70% there. But she shouldn't, but she needs to stop doubting herself.
Yeah, we have talked about it already, but that's a big, one of the most important things, right?
Right.
To trust herself.
Yep.
Fully.
She needs to trust herself fully.
Yeah.
And being in the receiving mode, to realize that she doesn't have to struggle so hard for everything. That life can easily happen to her in flow and abundance.
Did she had somewhere along the way this belief system that's in order to achieve things you have to struggle?
She started off not. She started off having things easily handed to her. And then she gave it up a few times, and then she didn't care about it. She gave it up because she cared about other things. But then she wanted to find a balance of being given a lot of things, but also using all these things to help and to provide. She realizes, like, now that when your cup is overflowing, you can pour it into other people's cups. So it's a resource.
Is there any other advice you want to give her on this subject? Anything else you didn't mention?
Really, the support thing is so big. Understanding that she there's so many people, energies, spirits that want to help her. And if she just allows it and not be embarrassed, she gets really embarrassed about it.
Why?
It's unfamiliar, it's uncomfortable.
Why does she feel embarrassed? Is it from where does this come from?
I think because she's never had it, that when she receives it, she feels guilty. She feels like it's not earned, it's not deserved, right?
Okay. And where along the way did she get this ideas that she's not worthy of that?
So she was really young. She did it all herself. And so that was all that she knew. And anything different felt uncomfortable. But it's a balance. It's to giving and receiving, the sun and the moon. It's a very, very big balance of harmony. It's okay to receive. When you give so much, you must be able to receive. That's how it flows. That's a circle. She needs to receive more. And needs to learn how to ask. She doesn't know how to ask very well. So she doesn't.
What is her thought pattern? Why is she doesn't want to ask? What was holding her back? What was she afraid?
Feeling that when she asks, she feels is needy and incompetent. Incompetent and needy and not of a stature of ability.
But that's not true, right?
So not true. Absolutely not. Ask gracefully.
And then also her relationship with her mother was also very abusive. Why did she choose to have this experience with this mother, this kind of upbringing?
She made a contract with her mother, but her mother took it a little far. But it has taught her a lot. Unconditional love. It's taught her ability to love someone even though they are not doing nice things to you.
So that's what she wanted to learn. That's why she signed up for this contract.
Yes. That it's taught her so much with unconditional love. It's taught her so much about, like a saint, what Jesus said, forgive them, Father, for they don't know. Like how people do these terrible things and you can love them still.
Yeah. But she decided to put some boundaries last year. What can you say about that? What would you like to say to her?
Keep it up. Don't stop the boundaries. She's been toying a lot with ideas on perhaps reaching out to her mom. And I would not suggest that. I would only say through maybe an email of saying that the respect and love she has for her, but not allowing a relationship to continue unless, you know, there's the boundaries are adhered to. But she has to be strong enough that when her mom is very likely to write back and say something evil, and when she does, that she's in a strong enough place where it won't affect her.
So keep those boundaries, they're healthy.
Yes.
All right. I would like to ask if it's possible that perhaps her brother is here, and if he perhaps would like to come through and connect with us today. And we call upon her, Christopher. Christopher, are you here with us? Would you like to speak through Tara?
Okay.
So hello, it's a pleasure and honor to connect with you. I would like to ask you a few things on behalf of Tara. But before that, I would like to allow you to share whatever you feel like sharing with her.
Always here. Never left. Even on those days you never call upon me, I'm always watching you and helping you, guiding you. You're very protected, not just by me, but by so many other beings. Very special. And your soul radiates light. We can see it. I'm always so proud that you're my sister. For even in your darkest moments, you have still so much light. I'm always here for you. Even when you forget or you don't call me for protection. I am the big white beam that always follows behind you, circling you, helping you on your journey. You got this. Everything you ever wanted will come true. And I love watching you from afar and growing into the beautiful woman you are. I do the same for David. Do the same for Mom. I like to play with you guys sometimes. Around the house, leaving things around just so you know I'm there. I'm always here.
Could you shed some light on the reasons, we would like to see a little bit behind the scenes of why did this story and unfolded like this with your brother? Is it appropriate for Tara to know a little bit about it? To understand the bigger picture?
This is a big contract I had with your brother David to help his path. He had a big journey to follow through with, and it took something of this momentum to make a shift. And if your brother succeeds, he will ascend very far. We'll all be ascending together. I'm sorry that it's caused you pain, but I wouldn't have done it if I knew that you couldn't handle it. Because of it, I've been able to watch you and protect you and guide you and give you a stronger support than if I were in the actual physical reality.
From your perspective, is there anything that Tara could do to help your mom?
She's doing a really good job. She sends her light all the time. I see it. She just needs to continue being herself, because by her being herself, she causes more positivity for the world than if she doesn't act upon her desires.
So, is there anything else that you would like to share?
I would like to tell her to call upon me more. I'm always here, but when you really want my help, I can even be of a greater magnitude. Just want to know that you want it.
Wonderful. So, are you in a good emotional state? Are you in peace?
Of course. Of course. It's hard to see struggle with her, my mom, and my brother, but it's like watching someone who's going through birth, through labor, knowing that it's painful now, but it'll all turn out okay once they give birth.
And I just wanted to ask that because when we had the pre-talk with Tara earlier, I saw a light on the ceiling, and it just made me feel that it could be you. Is that possible?
Yes. I told her I'm always behind her like a beam of light.
Wow. So you're really with her all the time?
Always.
Wonderful. And how can she connect with you more consciously, like she's doing now, if she wants in the future?
Soon she'll be able to start channeling more, which will make it easier for her.
Okay.
She knows very good on meditations and prayer work. I gave her this relic when we were young. She keeps with her on her altar. When she holds it, it gives her special energy. But she does really good job on visualization. But when she starts channeling, she's going to open up so many more doors.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. It was a big honor to connect with you. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you. Look after my little sis.
Wonderful. So may I reconnect with Tara's higher self, please?
Yes.
Thank you so much. May I continue asking a few more questions?
Of course.
Thank you. So, one of Tara's questions is, how can she release her past karma to ascend to her highest spiritual self and then ascend further into her next incarnation?
Let go of fear. She's fearful from Andrew. She doesn't want to reincarnate and have him in her life again. She doesn't have to. She just has to tell him, like, understand vibrationally this didn't work out. Have no anger or resentment toward him. Accept that and then go off on her way.
Mm-hmm.
That goes the same with any relationship or problem in her life. As long as there's no anger associated with it or negative emotion, but having an unconditional love toward every situation, just not allowing it into her life.
So in other words, if she forgives him fully, then there is no karma, so she doesn't have to be afraid of repeating the same situation, right?
Detach.
Yeah. Okay. So forgiveness is the way to release
forgiveness and not holding on to a negative emotion, because that just keeps an energy cord.
And how can she release, how can she detect and release if there are any negative emotions?
By going within, sitting in silence, any emotions that come up, understanding what they are, do more release work, transmute any negative into positive. But she has to sit in silence for this.
Is there anything that is blocking her from her success? Something that we haven't talked about it so far?
Stop procrastinating. She procrastinates a lot. She always gets a lot of things done. She constantly works a lot and does a lot of things at once. But she could do more. She could get more done. She functions at a high level. So for an average person, it might seem like way too much, but for her, it's just normal.
Okay.
And if she just added a little extra energy in it and did it on time, she would just accomplish so much more.
How can she do that without stressing, without like overdoing it, putting too much on her plate?
I would say that she could meditate more before she goes about any task. Stay in a state of flow and harmony.
So then she can be more effective.
To be more effective. Understanding that it's all working out, it's all in divine timing, but to stay on the path with focus.
Is she on the right path?
Definitely.
Okay, wonderful. She would like to talk a little bit about her father. She lost contact with him, and she's wondering if there's any way she could invoke him to her physical reality and have a relationship with him again.
The way to do this is through the law of attraction and visualization that her father comes into her reality. And by having these thoughts and feeling that they already exist, the universe will align him back into her reality. However, she must be prepared if she really wants him in this physical reality, because she might not like what she sees. She must have unconditional love toward any situation that she receives.
And if needed, perhaps she should and could again put some healthy boundaries, right?
Definitely.
So she's struggling with achieving her desired weight and ideal body. What would you suggest to her?
Just relax. She's so pretty, beautiful.
She is.
She's stressed out because she lost her friend, and this caused her a lot of tension back in December. And just on a molecular level, like her cells tightened up, and she just has been holding on to this stress and weight. She just needs to relax. It'll go off. It's already coming off. She lives a very healthy lifestyle. She does yoga, she meditates. It's just at a subconscious level, that's what's holding her back. When she just releases the tension through her subconscious, it just flows right off with ease. She does nothing differently.
Can you help her with that?
Yes. I'm helping her now with it.
Do you think that this is something that could be done during our session until we finish?
Yes.
At least the foundation.
Yes. To release.
Doesn't serve her, does it?
I'm sorry?
I say it doesn't serve her.
No, it doesn't. I think she holds a lot of guilt for things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
So she holds on to it. That's where the weight comes from, is just holding on to bad things that happen in the world. And specifically her losing her friend, the injustice of it. So it kept her with weight.
You said she has guilt.
She's guilt over it.
Okay. Where is this guilt located in her body?
It's in her energy center, in her solar plexus.
Okay. So can we go there now and release that guilt if it doesn't no longer serve her? Can you do that?
Yes.
Wonderful. And can you release all of that guilt that she has been carrying?
It is released.
Wonderful. And since you are there, can you check if there's anything else that needs to be released, cleansed, or rebalanced within this energy center, so that it can function in full mode, full potential?
She is an overactive third eye chakra, but her root chakra is underactive. She needs to bring back into balance her root chakra and to balance her third eye.
Mm-hmm.
She's very ascended in the astral realm, but not grounded in the earth realm.
Mm-hmm.
So she needs to just balance that.
Can we help her today?
Yes. Stabilizing her third eye chakra,
mm-hmm.
and bringing forth memory from this life and past lives on her root chakra, the chakra that deals with foundation, family, the tribal sense of belonging, that she is part of a greater collective.
Is she allowing you to proceed and do the work?
Yes.
Wonderful. And as you're doing it, can you have a look at the other energy centers, all the rest, and see how are they?
They're very good. She's also ready to activate her higher chakras. She needs to start focusing on activating them, and working with them.
You mean above the 7th?
Above the 7th, past the 12th.
Awesome. Can you support her on that?
Yes.
Wonderful. So while you're working on the energy centers, can we continue our discussion a little bit for a few more questions?
Yes.
So she says she would like to pursue a career in acting and be a part of films, major films. How can she do this while being of service to others?
She just has to stay on her path of being of service to others. I'm going to tell her she does not want to do auditions and all that, and she won't. So she'll just continue to be of service to others, staying on her path, becoming an influencer with helping people become their highest selves, and opportunities will come in. There's no need to force or push for anything. It's all will happen.
Okay. It will fall into place.
Just trust the process.
Okay, wonderful. What about family and children?
Again, she worries about this way too often. I think because she hasn't had a proper family,
yeah,
she wants so badly to have one. She will. She needs to release the illusion of time that everything has to be done in a certain time frame. And just by her existing in her space and doing what she loves, which is helping people and being of purity for the world, the right person will align with her and they'll join forces and have a beautiful union and create a family.
And are there any blockages that she's still holding on to that we haven't talked about? We haven't brought to the surface. But you would like to talk to her today or work on them?
She just needs to release the past. All of the past. It's no longer serving her. We're moving into a new paradigm shift. She's up to speed. The only thing that's pulling her back is the past. She can release the past because it has a lot of weight. When she releases the past, she becomes lighter and her body can move into the next ascension process.
So is she holding on to negative emotions? Is she still carrying some negative emotions from the childhood and the upbringing?
She just holds on to a lot of guilt, a lot of accountability. She's like always accountable for everything. She holds on to her and her mom not working out. She feels somehow it's her fault, or like she could have done better or just taken more pain or abuse. She's released that because she needed to set boundaries instead. She takes on guilt for her brother, and she takes guilt for her father for telling him to leave. But she needs to release that because none of that is serving her.
So would you like to help her discard these emotions today?
Yes, I would like to change this low frequency to a high vibration.
Wonderful. So can you now help her to summon them up, all these negative emotions and all these energies that she has been carrying all this time? Can you help her to summon them all from every cell of her body? Just release them into the universe to be healed.
Yes.
And what positive emotions would you like to place in the space vacated by the negative emotions? What would you place inside there now?
Compassion, love, kindness, happiness.
Wonderful. So she doesn't need to hold on to any guilt anymore, right?
No.
If she wishes to begin channeling ascended masters and tap into the astral realms, how can she do this?
To sit quiet more and to trust what flows, not let her ego get in the way when she's doing meditations and what comes into her third eye, and accept that and to keep doing it. Practice makes perfect. She just has to continue practicing.
So the main thing here is to trust what comes.
Trust what comes.
Yeah. And how can she be her highest self in this moment and for the rest of her life?
She can continue her path and also trust what she feels and on her intuition is true. Being more focused, heart-based, making more decisions based on intuition rather than letting her head or ego get in the way. She's already on the right path of service to others. She's positively oriented of helping the world. When she is impulsive on her intuition, she benefits along with everyone around her.
And going back to her a few years ago in her life, she had this accident just before the trip to Middle East, which was pretty intense. Why? Why did she have this accident? What was the message?
It shifted her into wellness. It brought her another aspect of her path into being a source of inspiration for others, because she had to learn how to solve problems through nature versus pharmaceuticals. But she had to get sick of the systems first in order to no longer want to be a part of them. So it brought her a lesson of contrast. What she didn't want allowed her to launch a desire of what she did want, and so she can harness her energy toward that.
So she's great at also transmuting energies, right?
Yes.
So can you make a body scan now throughout her whole body? Just go from the top of the head all the way down to the bottom of her feet, and see if there is any place that needs some assistance.
She's in good health. She just needs to rest more yoga, more stretch. No complications otherwise.
So there is nothing that needs attention or that you would like to work on?
Nothing.
How about her pineal gland? Is it clear enough, or you would like to work on it a little bit to make it more clear, more transparent?
More clear and more transparent, always.
Very good. So you're working on it now?
Yes.
Very good. And her energy centers, are they all now working properly?
Yes.
They're all open?
All open.
No
and
blocks?
balanced.
So, is there anything else that you wish that she would have asked today?
I would say to release any doubt of the invisible realms and your ability to connect to your highest self. Trust in all that you feel, hear, and see. And trust in your ability for your own power.
She has one more question which I forgot, which is close to what you are talking about here, is to how to develop her psychic abilities.
It just takes discipline with her mind, putting forth the effort, trusting her intuition and her heart, putting forth the practice toward it. She learned last year about her intuition and how important it was, and since she's been following it, she's ascended so fast. So now that she's on the right path through intuition, just keep following that path, but sitting more in silence, being open to the invisible realms and working with them.
Very good. So, is Tara at this time ready to embody more of her higher self?
Yes.
So is it appropriate for her to partially merge with her higher self?
Yes, it is.
So in what percentage of this energy would it be appropriate for her to be integrated at this time?
68%.
Can you explain why this merging with her is important?
Because of her ability to transmute, she's ready. She has released darkness into a light body. She's able to receive the energy. It has space to fill for the light.
All right. So I would like for you to imagine a ball of liquid light, sparkling light. And now this ball is hovering above your head. This ball of light contains the energy of your higher self, your true essence. I want you to allow for a little opening in the top of your head, on your crown chakra, and imagine that this white sparkling ball of liquid light is now slowly coming down and enters the top of your head. And now I want you to allow this energy to begin to move into your head, and as it is entering, it slowly begins to swirl around so that the body can begin to handle it, and allow this energy to slowly flow down your whole body, and feel the love that is pouring into you. Feel the pure love filling you, cleaning you, healing you. And as this loving energy swirls into your body, allow it to begin to clean and enhance your abilities and systems of communication. And now, please repeat after me. I intend,
I intend,
I welcome,
I welcome,
I allow
to
embody
embody
the appropriate amount of energy
the appropriate amount of energy
that is part of the true essence
that is part of the true essence
of who I really am.
of who I really am.
I am now merging with this appropriate amount of energy
this appropriate amount of energy
of my higher self.
My highest self.